Mo Farah has been called the UK's finest ever athlete after completing the double-double at this year's Olympics in Rio. He's now back in Britain and his focus is on the Great North Run. And Mo joins us live from Gateshead now. Morning, Mo. What's wrong with putting your feet up and having a little rest? What's with doing the Great North Run as soon as you're back?
Yes, good morning, guys. How you doing? I'm here in Newcastle alongside the Quayside. Going to be doing a Great North Run on Sunday. Quite looking forward to it.
Well, that sounded a little bit reticent, to be fair, Mo, when you said you're quite looking forward to it. I've done the Great North Run a couple of times, and it's a horrible uphill dual carriageway for most of it, then the fantastic finish. But like Kate said, do you not fancy putting your feet up for a bit? Haven't you earned a bit of a rest and a bit of a holiday, Mo?
Not yet, not yet. You know, I'd love to be able to come back one more time back home and get the home support. And I like to finish at home, so that's what's been driving me. And the Great North Run is one of the biggest half marathon in the world. So, you know, Brendan and the team do look after me, and it's nice to be able to just, you know, come here, finish it here, and then hopefully go back to the US, spend time with my kids, and then put my feet up.
And the missus, lovely Tanya, is doing this with you. Is she just taking the view if you can't beat them, join them? I've got to see him somehow. I might as well run alongside him.
I know, no, Tanya's taking part too, which is different this year.
Have you been writing her training programme and cracking the whip to make sure she's been putting in the hard yards? Or is she ignoring everything that you're suggesting?
No, I've been giving her a little bit of training and stuff, and then sometimes I do end up in the doghouse, but that's fine, I guess. You know, everybody, it happens in all kind of relationship. But yeah, I've been looking after her. I've been sending her good training, but sometimes I forget, like, you know, she's kind of like, oh, I'm more professional, and she's like amateur. And sometimes I just tell her to do it, and she's like, well, how's that possible? And I have to think about it twice about it and say how she feels, and then try and cut back on it.
That's wise for you. That's what they're all about. Now, listen, what about Rio? The double-double, absolutely extraordinary, but you certainly put us through it in the 10,000, didn't you? I was absolutely heart in my mouth when I watched it the first time. I then watched it back again, and I was in tears again. It was just extraordinary. Have you watched it back? Can you remember what was going through your mind when you tripped and fell and then went on to gold?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going through my mind. You know, Olympics only come around every 4 years once, and for me, you know, to have the privilege to be able to, you know, compete in a home Olympic in London, win 2 gold medals, and then to carry on another 4 years, and then doing that in the race, just going back in the race, and then when I fell down on my feet, I was just like, you know, panicking, nervous, thinking, oh my God, my career, my race is over, Olympics is over, and then slowly I had to like tell myself to wake up, don't panic, don't panic, and then managed to pick myself back up and got back in the race, and you know, I was lucky actually that when I felt early on rather than like, you know, closer to finish. And it gave me a little bit more time to be able to, you know, pick myself up and to continue on. But there was a point where I started to doubt myself, for sure.
It's amazing, Mo. It was an extraordinary experience for us to sit and watch it, especially because it was your training partner, we understand, that managed to trip you. I'm sure you've had words with him. We're out of time, sadly. We never get enough time to talk to you. Have an amazing day on Sunday in the Great North Run. It is, as you say, a brilliant race. And best of luck to Tanya as well. Hope she gets over the line and isn't in too much pain when she finishes. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hopefully, all right. Thank you, guys.
So, double Olympic champion. We're all getting excited about the fact that Her Majesty may give a few of you some titles. How does Dame Nicola Adams sound?
Oh, that sounds fantastic to me.
Sort of thing you'd make everybody call you as well. I think you're Dame Nicola.
Yeah, of course. Why not?